those of you at home, go ahead and find some music that, um, is gentle and um, kind of beautiful for you to work with today. We're going to start off in a child's pose. So just make your way down to your mat. If you have those blocks, then you're going to bring those down with you. If you're at home, you can also use a pillow, a couple of pillows. We're going to find find your child's pose first. Just kind of gently sit those hips back to the heels, and then walk your hands out, soften down towards the mat, kind of this open heart gesture, and let the crown of your head just relax down on the mat. A few more breaths just like that, and you may stay here even after those few breaths, but in just a couple of breaths, I'm going to give you an option to take this a little bit deeper. That open heart gesture, a little deeper. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's it. And if your body is kind of curious about taking this a little bit deeper, we're going to bring the blocks on the lowest setting, about shoulder width apart. And we're going to take the elbows, the upper arm, and kind of lay the upper arm right down over the blocks. And maybe you bring your palms together here. And bring your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Maybe your forehead reaches the earth once again. Take a few breaths and just run through that body scan, and check in. Are you feeling tension anywhere? And as you breathe out, can you let some of that tension go? Opening up through the triceps here, through the chest and heart space. Check in there. Is there any place that you kind of need to exhale some of the load from? Couple more breaths right here. On your next breath, you're going to make your way, kind of lift the hips just a bit and start to move those blocks out of the way. Find yourself in a tabletop position. And then just because it may feel good in your body, maybe give the tail a bit of a wag here. And then find your neutral tabletop We're gonna come into a thread the needle. So we're gonna take that right arm, reach it up, palm face down. And as you breathe out, take that arm, thread it underneath that left armpit. Keep the hips high and just settle in here. Your breath is easy, but you're noticing the pattern, the rhythm, the depth of your breath. Again, body scan. Where can you soften? Good. Left palm comes back down to the mat as you press up and unthread that right arm. Reach up to the sky. Breathe out. Right hand comes down. Good. Left arm, reach it up. Just a nice little stretch. A good morning. Breathe out. Sweep that arm underneath the right armpit. Keep the hips high. We've got this inversion here. Just a gentle inversion. That right arm can reach out long. Just a reminder that here and in all our Kaya classes, you're in charge, right? Myself, Meg, Coach Meg, or any of the other coaches. What we bring to you is an invitation, and you have the option to RSVP, yes, no, or maybe. So just know that you have that within you to kind of make that choice and decide if you're going to go there or not. So if you ever need to take a break, come out of a pose, seated meditation, downward dog, whatever you need at any point, if this isn't serving you, then you find something that is. Inhale, the right hand comes underneath the shoulder and you sweep that left arm up to the sky once again. Breathing out as you bring that left hand down to the mat. Find your tabletop position. Kind of wag the tail. Intuitive movement here. So whatever it needs to be for you to just move as you come out of that. Let's take a breath in, look up to the sky, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone up. Breathe out as you tuck the tailbone under, bring your chin towards your chest, press away from the mat, creating that nice arch in the back like a cat. And inhale into neutral. From here, we're gonna take our right leg and send it back. So that right heel is reaching towards the back of the mat. And we're gonna cross that right leg so that the right knee is on, listen to this, the left side of the left lower leg. So you kind of have pretzel legs. All right, so from here, we're gonna take our cat-cow again. We're gonna take a breath in, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone up, look to the sky. Breathe out as you tuck the chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, push away from the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. So take a couple breaths here, your own pace. Breathing in as you look up, breathing out as you crunch in. 3, 2, and 1. Find yourself in a neutral spine here with our legs kind of pretzeled. And then from here, you're gonna send your hips back. And we're gonna take a bit of a child's pose here. So hips back. We're folding over those crossed legs. You might rest your forehead down. If that's too much, then you're on your forearms. Maybe you feel this in the back of the hips, the sides of the hips. Good. Breath in, come back into that version of our tabletop with our legs crossed. And now send that right leg to the back of the mat. Nice lift. Now, right heel is lifted, but there's not an arch in the low back. A nice stretching. So heel to crown of the head is really lengthening here. And then we're going to take that right leg out to the side, plant the right foot down. Now breathe in as you sweep the right arm to the sky, and opening an invitation, and a breath out as you bring that right hand down. Lift that right foot up off the mat. Keep it out to the side and hold. Little pulses up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And now sweep it around back, straight out back. Good. And then lower that right knee down to the mat. Okay, left leg, send it back. Press the left heel towards the back of the mat, and then cross that right knee over the left knee over that right lower leg. So you've got these pretzel legs again. Here we go. We're going to take a breath in, look up, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone up for cow. Breathe out as you tuck the tail, chin to the chest, press away from the mat. Feel the space between the shoulder blades grow. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Next inhale, you come to neutral. Yes. Now, take those hips back and notice how different this might feel on one side than the other. So on this side, I definitely feel like, oh, my forearms are my happy place. But for you, might be able to get the head, forehead down to the mat. Ooh. If you feel any pain in your knees or something just doesn't feel right, then you go ahead and just take a traditional child's here. Inhale, come on back to that tabletop with the twisty legs. You're going to take that left leg, reach it out back. Now lift it without creating a sway in the low back. So really engage through the core, drawing the belly button towards the spine, kind of activating all those deep abdominal muscles, pressing the heel back towards the back of your space. Crown of your head is reaching towards the front of your space. Good. And then we take that leg out to the side. Gently lower that foot down to the mat, the floor. Breathe in, sweep that left arm up and open. Take it in. Invite opportunity, love, hope, right on in. And as you breathe out, the left hand comes down and you tuck that opportunity, hope, love right into heart center. Lift that left leg and hold it there out to the side. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sweep it back. And then lower that left knee down to the earth. Here we are. Tuck those toes. Send your hips up and back. First downward facing dog of the day. And once you get there, I invite you to just play around with your movement. What feels good? Wagging the tail, bending one knee and then the other. Hips nice and high. open heart. Good. Now from here, look towards your hands, soften your knees. You can really have a nice bend in your knees, and then walk your feet up to the front of your mat next to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to your shins. Now find a nice long spine here. So now tailbone reaches towards the back of the space, crown of the head towards the front of the space. And then there's length through the arms. Good, fold, wrap your arms around those beautiful legs. A moment of appreciation for all that they do for you. And then on your breath in, sweep it all the way up. So soften the knees, long spine, arms reach. Take it all in. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Pause here. You're going to set your intention for the day, for this practice. Good. Breathe in. Sweep the arms up. As you breathe out, take a dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands and then step back, finding your plank. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower it down. Good. Untuck those feet or those toes. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. As you breathe in, elbows back, heart lifts. Good. Low cobra. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. So now our breath is starting to move in through the nose and out through the nose. If it hasn't been already, maybe exploring that Ujjayi breath where you feel a little bit of a constriction in the back of your throat as you breathe out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend those knees, look forward. Big step to the front of your mat, halfway lift as you breathe in. Breathe out, arms around legs. Inhale, arms reach high. Take it in. Plug in, heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth, step back and lower it down as you breathe out. Inhale, baby cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Good. Couple of breaths right here. We'll take another sun salutation and take it a little bit faster. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, look towards your hands, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach. Exhale, plug in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale as you fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth, step back, find a plank and hold right here. Hold on. All right, we're gonna lift the right leg just a bit. So yes, nice Rachel. That away, Kim, Karen. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right foot joins the left. Good, left foot lifts. Watch that core. Nice and strong. Left foot lowers down and you lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, now take it cobra or up dog. And tuck those toes, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna sweep the right leg up. Reach it nice and high. As you breathe out, sweep it through. Plant that right foot between the hands. So we really go for right knee above the right ankle here. Soften through the hips just a bit. Give this area a chance to Soften. Yeah, we're taking off layers out here. I foolishly did not put on a tank top. I thought it's gonna freeze. And now, here we are. Rise up, crescent lunge. Arms reach high. Keep that nice lunge in that front leg. We're warming up here. I really picked a warmer because it was gonna be so cold today. All right, take those arms back, sweep them back. Breathe in, sweep arms up. Breathe out, airplane arms. Breathe in, crescent. One more time, breathe out, airplane. Inhale, arms reach high. Good. Send that left ankle or heel rather towards the mat. So we're gonna find our warrior one. So this may mean we kind of adjust. Like I'm gonna take my right foot towards the right side of my mat so that I have some more space between my feet versus them being like on a single line. Allows my hips to kind of open and turn and face forward just a bit more. Good. From here, take those arms, sweep them back, and then we're gonna hold here. This is gonna require us to kind of take a few breaths and breathe into the heat that we create. One more breath in and out here. Now hands to the earth, spin the left heel back up. Good, step it back and flow to your downward facing dog. That's it. All right, left leg, reach it high, sweep. Exhale, knee to the chest, plant that left foot between the hands, knee over ankle. So in doing this runner's lunge, we've already created this beautiful kind of 90-degree angle of this left leg here. And we're gonna keep that. So we're not gonna rise up out of this angle in this front leg. We're gonna sweep the arms up, find a crescent lunge. So see if you can soften through the back just a bit so that the arms sit a little bit more on the trunk, so that the shoulder blades sit a little bit more onto the trunk. Good. Sweep the arms back as you breathe out, airplane arms. Inhale, crescent. Breathe out, airplane arms. Inhale, reach. Breathe out, sweep. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Now we spin the right heel so it's down on the mat. Warrior one. So this might be where we kind of heel toe that left foot to the left side of the mat a bit more so that we have a little bit more space between the feet. And we're gonna keep a nice lunge here. Sweep those arms back, airplane arms. And here's where we really start to build the heat and feel this challenge here. Good. Arms reach up. We're gonna spin the right heel high, bring the hands down. You found that runner's lunge, step it back and flow. This time, once we get to our downward dog, we're gonna look towards our hands. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms reach high. And now as you exhale, cactus. So there's this opening in the chest and heart space. Good, inhale, reach the arms high. As you breathe out, we're gonna take that cactus and turn it to the right. Good. Inhale, reach high, back through center. And exhale as you cactus to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Good. Now we're gonna heel toe our feet to about hip width, soften through the knees, and we're gonna lift the toes and slide the hands right underneath the feet. So you bend your knees as much as you need to here, and your toes are kind of giving your hands a little bit of a massage. So big toe right into that kind of thumb pad, that big thumb pad. Let the crown of the head fall towards the earth so your eye gaze is back through the legs instead of down at your mat. Good. Okay, inhale. We're gonna slide one hand out, place it on the earth, the other hand, place it on the earth, step back, find your plank. Good, come on down to forearms. Good, come on up to high plank. That's it, forearms. And high plank. Now why don't we put our knees down and lower all the way down to the earth. Turn your right cheek to the mat. Arms are by your sides, palms face up. Inhale, lift the head, turn to the other side, left cheek to mat, and then melts into the mat. Good, inhale, lifting the head. Now planting the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing it back to tabletop, and then tucking the toes, making your way to downward facing dog. Pedal it out if need be. Take a few breaths here. Hips nice and high. All right. Inhale. Take the right leg, reach it high. Breathe it out, sweep the knee towards the chest, plant the foot between the hands, spin the left heel down on the mat. Good, cartwheel the arms up and open, warrior two, wings, stretch. Nice lunge in the front. Good. Breathe in, star pose, reach. Toes kind of point in just a bit, heels out, and it's as if you're being pulled gently from the middle fingers, from the ankles, from the heels, and from the crown of your head. So you feel this expansion. And as you breathe out, bring those hands behind the low back, clasp your hands, breathe in as you lift the heart, lift the arms away from your low back. Good, soft through the knees, you're gonna take it forward into a wide leg straddle, forward folds with this arm bind. Good. And gently release the hands to the earth. And from here, you're gonna walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. So this will be the back side of your mat. Step that left foot back and lower yourself all the way down or halfway down. Breathe into a cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, find your downward facing dog. Good. Left leg, reach it high. Breathe out, sweep that knee towards your chest, plant the left foot between the hands, knee over ankle, and then spin that right heel down to the earth As you cartwheel the arms up and open, warrior two. Sink a little lower. Star pose, arms reach, toes in, heels out just a bit. Crown of your head reaches towards the sky. You have this openness, right, for that opportunity. Something is coming your way and you're gonna catch it because you are so open. Breathe out, hands behind the hips, clasp. Inhale, lift the chest and heart as you lift the arms away from the low back. Good, soft knees, take it into that fold. Arms reach high. Your gaze is back through those legs. Breathe in. Breathe out as you release the hands down to the earth. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. So this is now the front of your mat as you started. Step it back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to your cobra or up dog and tuck those toes, finding your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, knees bend. You look forward, breathe in. As you breathe out, a little hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach. Take it in and to heart center. Breathe in, reach up. As you breathe out, cactus to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus to the left. Inhale, reach. And exhale as you fold. Yes, please take a drink of that water at any point that your body calls to it. Halfway lift. Breathe out, hands to the earth, step back, and flow to your downward facing dog. Nice. From here, the right leg reaches. Breathe out as you sweep that right knee to your chest, hold. And now plant that right foot between the hands. Arms up, crescent lunge. As you breathe out, sweep the arms back. Airplane arms here. And now from here, we're gonna just transition. So maybe take a few steps or launch right off that left foot and find airplane, or if you'd like to reach those arms out in front of you for a warrior three. Nice and strong, yes, you've got it. Left foot comes down, back heel to the earth, arms reach high for that warrior one. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, hands behind the low back. Clasp, open the heart. Breathe out, take a dive to the inside of that right leg for a humble warrior. Arms reach high. Yes. Release the arms by way of the low back. Now cartwheel up, left arm leads, whoosh, warrior two. Nice lunge in that right leg. Next breath in, straighten that right leg. Send the arms forward. And then you're gonna bring your right hand maybe down to your shin or a block for triangle. Think about long lines. Good. Another breath right here. And then as you breathe out, you're gonna look forward towards that right foot. And maybe you have a block here that's set on any various height. You're gonna take steps with that left foot and find your balancing half moon. So that left hip stacks over the right. Left arm reaches high. And then you're gonna lighten up on that right hand. Maybe you can just let the fingertips hover or the hand hover above that block. 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Left foot joins the right. Soft knees, give yourself a squeeze. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting the hands down, step back, plank pose. Lower it down as you breathe out. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Good. Left leg, reach it high. Breathe out, sweep it through towards the chest, hold. And now plant that left foot between the hands. All right, rise up, crescent. That's it. Airplane arms, sweep it back. And here's where we launch into airplane or warrior 3. Yes. You got it. Right foot down to the earth, right heel plants, warrior 1. And you take the hands behind the low back, clasp, open through the heart space, lifting those arms just a bit. And then taking that dive to the inside of the left knee for that humble warrior, where I always lose my earbuds. Breathe in, release the hands by way of the low back. And now you're gonna sweep the right arm first up and over to your warrior 2. Nice lunge in that left leg. Next breath in, length through that left leg. Left arm reaches forward and you take your triangle pose. Using that block if you'd like. Good. See if you can activate the glutes a bit and kind of draw the legs together here. You'll feel a little activation through the inner thighs. All right, look towards that left foot and then maybe prepare yourself with a block. Take as many steps as you need or launch into that balancing half moon. So left hand on the block, right arm reaches to the sky. Right hip is stacked on the left. Your toes on that left foot are pointing towards the side space. Good. 3, 2, and fold. Forward fold, soft knees, arms around those beautiful legs. All right, inhale, chair pose. And now we're gonna shift our weight to the toes, lift the heels, and come on down. Using your hands whenever you need to, come onto your back. All right, here we go. Knees into the chest, nice squeeze. Soles of the feet to the earth now. Arms nice and long, reaching above your head. And now take the arms and bring them on up for this crunch. Little crunches at the top. The arms, reach forward. The fingertips are reaching towards those ankles or towards the heels. Nice space between the chin and the chest. 3, 2, hold it at the top. Right knee to the chest. Left leg long. Now switch. and switch. Good, nice control. Your upper body isn't moving at all. Your arms aren't moving at all. It's the legs. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Roll the head back down to the earth, soles of the feet to the mat, arms by your sides. Lift those hips now and go. Squeeze through the glutes so that you're lifting up the hips and allowing your knees to stay in line with the hips. So you don't want those knees to fall out to the side. Really draw them in line with the hips. Squeeze at the top, even a little bit more. Lift the toes. It's just the heels on the earth now. Strong through the core. So don't let your belly kind of relax and kind of suck in. Strong here. If you bring your fingertips to the inside of those hip bones, you should feel some muscle pushing up against those fingertips. Good. 3, 2, toes back down and hips down. Knees to chest. Send those feet high and reach for the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Keep going. Heels towards the sky. It's almost like the toes are reaching down towards you and you're reaching towards where those imaginary laces are. 3, 2, 1, hold. 3, 2, 1, knees to chest, soles of the feet to the earth. Lift those hips and go. Find your bridge. But this time, if you want to take it up a notch, you're gonna scooch the left and then the right shoulder blade underneath the body, binding with the hands. So clasping the hands underneath. Strong through the core still, glutes still engaged. Now you have a little leverage. Lift a little higher through those hips. Keep it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And a rock from side to side. From here, take those hands underneath those hamstrings. Feel those hamstrings. Thank you. And then rock forward and back. Just a little rock and roll. Enjoy this for the motion that it is. And now come to a seated position. Cross the feet. And then you're just going to plant the hands over and onto your mat. Coming into a tabletop. Scooch if you need to. If you're like me and I somehow moved off my mat. Tuck those toes. Send the hips up nice and high. Good. All right, right leg reaches. Now we bend that right knee and stack the right hip over the left. And then circle the ankle one direction and then the other. Right leg reaches high. And then as you breathe out, you're gonna sweep the right knee towards the right wrist. We're coming into that half pigeon. If you've got some blocks or a pillow, you're gonna lower that left knee down. And if there's space between that right hip and the earth, just stick that pillow or that block right in there to fill that space. From here, we're gonna take the crown of the head high and just take a moment, feel the sun or imagine the sun on your face, open through the heart. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk those hands out. Maybe you come down to forearms. Maybe if you're pretty bendy, you can walk your hands all the way out. What I want you to search for is a place for the forehead to come to rest. So from here on forearms, if you stack one fist on top of the other, you might find that the forehead can rest on those stacked fists. So option to be here. Also a block or a pillow underneath the forehead. All right. On your next breath in, start to lift the heart and walk your hands back in towards that right leg. We're going to shift and release the block or pillow from out from underneath that right hip. Lower the right hip down to the earth. Sweep that left leg around front. We're going to keep that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. From here, we'll take the arms, reach them high. As you breathe out, we're going to hinge from the hips. And so it doesn't look like very much. We let the arms fall where they may. Maybe on the shin, maybe on the thigh. Take a breath in, fill up. Now, as you breathe out, walk those hands and allow the lower back to round into this fold if that feels good to you. If your body is not RSVPing no to this movement, then walk it out. And see if you can soften through the back and through the neck. And maybe even soften through that right knee. If you find that that right knee is kind of holding itself up, maybe give permission for that right leg to kind of soften. Breath in, start to walk those hands back up the legs so that you're sitting up nice and tall. Bring the right hand to the right knee, bring that right knee up, and from here, cross the right foot over the left leg. We're gonna plant the right hands behind the right hip, and that left arm reaches high to the sky, and we take that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Maybe the arm is long, maybe the arm is bent. And take a breath in, start to lengthen through the crown of the head. So feel space grow between each vertebra. And then as you breathe out, just see if you can look back just a tiny bit more even. It might not be a noticeable movement to anyone else, but it's the striving that you're looking for. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back through center. Uncross the right leg. Cross both legs for crisscross applesauce. Hands plant in front of you. Find your tabletop. and make your way into that downward facing dog. Pedal it out if it feels good. And then take that left leg, reach it high, bend that left knee, stack the left hip over the right, circle the ankle one direction, and then the other. Re-extend that left leg long. Breathe out as you bring that left knee towards the left wrist, lowering that right knee down to the earth. You have a block or your pillow. If there's space between that left hip, fill in the gap. And we're gonna start lifted on this side too. So it might be just the fingertips to the earth, the finger pads. Press away from the earth. A little upward glance. Eyes open or closed. Feeling the sun or the imagined sun on your face. Seeping into the heart space, filling you up. And as you breathe out, allowing your hands to kind of walk out and lower the heart down. Remembering that we have options to rest the forehead on stacked fists, on a block, on a pillow, or sending the arms out long. Your breath is easy now. We've let go of the Ujjayi breath. And on your next breath in, hands to the earth, start to walk your hands so that you're lifting the heart. Maybe tucking the toes on the right so you can shift, remove any support that you have under that left hip. Now the left hip rolls to the earth and you sweep the right leg around front. Left foot to the inside of that right thigh. Sweep the arms up. Breathe out, just a simple hinge and lowering the hands wherever they may fall. Good, breathe in. As you breathe out, decide whether it feels good to round through the spine and walk the hands out long, along the leg. Breathe in, walk the hands back up the leg, lifting the heart. Left hand to left knee, gently guide it up. Now left foot over the right leg. Left hand back behind the left hip. Reach that right arm to the sky and take a twist, that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And we're looking back. Breath in, you find length between each vertebra, expansion. Crown of the head reaches a little higher, and then as you breathe out, you just look a little bit farther behind you. Appreciation for what you've done and how far you've come. Inhale back through center. Uncrossing that left leg, both legs, nice and long. Give them a little wiggle. Take the arms, reach them high. Just one last fold, one last hug for yourself this morning. And walking the hands back up the legs, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, because this is just going to be a gentle way for us to come back down onto our mat. So rolling back one vertebra at a time. And then bringing both knees into the chest. Nice squeeze. Finding happy baby. So then bringing the soles of the feet to the sky. Nice bend in the knees, reaching between the knees for the outsides of the feet, pressing into the bottoms of the feet. Pressing into the hands with the feet. And rocking if that feels good. Knees together, back in to the chest. Arms wide, take a twist, knees fall to the right. Left shoulder blade stays locked into the mat as you look over to the left. Inhale, knees through center. Maybe a squeeze. Knees fall to the left. Keep that right shoulder blade locked into the mat. And look to the right. Inhale back through center. Knees to the chest. Chin to chest. Chest towards the knees. Big squeeze. And as you breathe in, you're going to lengthen out onto your mat in such a way that it feels nourishing and easy. You can let go. You feel this sensation of melting. And in this space, thoughts, images may come to your mind. And instead of trying to push them away, you're just going to acknowledge them in a place without judgment and allow them to go on their way. It seems that if you can recognize instead of push away, that there's this general kind of moving on that will happen. This place where you don't feel stuck. Instead, you kind of recognize and see those things for what they are, and then letting them move along. And starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And now you windshield wiper the feet just from one side to the other. And that motion comes from the hips. And so there's this gentle awakening that's happening here. And then starting to pump through the arms. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, make your way to one side or the other. Whichever side is your favorite in this moment or serves you in this moment. You're going to find yourself in this kind of fetal position. We're just going to reset. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big breath in. On your next breath out, gently push yourself up into a seated position. You can do it with your eyes closed, maybe. Crown of your head high to the sky. Length through the spine. Take the arms, reach them up nice and high. Gather it up. As you breathe out, bring your hands to heart center, plug in. Sincere gratitude for you being here today, a part of this community. Take your thumbs to your forehead center. Big breath in. And we take a bow and say, Namaste. Happy Sunday. This was, you're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye. I know. Get out. Hurry up. No. No, I can't believe how perfect it literally feels like perfection right now. I mean, how? And I mean, I even texted Amy. I'm having a hard time posting because I felt like it was going to be hard for people to go, we're outside again. And it's going to be so. And then it was like, so thanks, you guys. You're the best. Enjoy this potential last day of like sunshine and warmth.
Yeah.
Each time I think, but then there's another really good day. So
Yeah.
It'll be raining.
That's
right.
Tuesday, isn't it supposed to rain?
On Friday it rained, right? Yeah. But it had said it was going to rain earlier, and when you have your lesson plans and when you don't have an inside space for your class, I was like, what am I going to do? It's raining, we're all outside, but they have their little covered outdoor classroom, but it's hard to stay in those. Anyway, it was so lovely. We got to do the original lesson plans. They got to play their racket game, and right as we were leaving campus, so, and then I was like, what? Because originally it said Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday rain, and I thought, wow, that's really the bulk of my classes. It's going to be a lot of. Anyway, it just looks like it's Tuesday. Not that I don't want rain. Rain, please come, but at night.
But at night, yeah.
But it's night.
Shadow the light. Wait, good.
Those look like some nice shoes.
Yes, I actually wore out the other ones. Like,
Well, my legs are starting to suck.
It's so funny how that's like you can feel it.
yeah,
It's not a joke.
no, it's not a joke.
I get so many new shoes now. It's like they never wear out because I have so many. Oh, that's
Well,
the
do
way
you?
it
Yeah.
goes. I like have my pair, but I keep getting they only have like one color scheme. So I'm like, but then there's some that I like to wear, you know, when it's rainy and yucky, and then there's the ones I want to wear when I run, and then there's the ones I want to wear to work.
Which ones do you wear for running?
The Hoka something or other. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I know.